Welcome to Wednesday's Words of Wisdom from the farm. And we just came through this past weekend, Easter weekend, and let's be honest, it's not all about this. Although I did get my milk duds, I got some toffee phase, and you can never go wrong with Twix chocolate bars. Those are my three weaknesses. Really though, Easter weekend is about when Jesus died on the cross for our sins. Before then, people had to sacrifice lambs and whenever they sinned, and Jesus took that on the cross for us. He died for our sins. You know, forgiveness. When you talk about forgiveness, forgiveness is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I talked a week ago about how I got in a fight on a bus, and I didn't encourage it, but as I got into high school, I ran into another bully. And this time it was a bully who was actually smaller than I was, believe it or not. And he knew he could get away with it. So week after week he did it. And I remember my dad and I going to the dump, and I dug out of the dump this torn up punching bag. And I stitched it all up, and I stuffed it full of sawdust, and I punched it every night for hours. And I actually have that punching bag, and it actually has blood from my knuckles on it. I was going to make a spectacle of this guy. And I remember one day I came on the bus, he swore at me, he'd push me, he'd call me names. But this one particular day, as I walked on the bus, I walked in with a big bag of Bazooka Joe bubblegums. That's the ones with the comics in them. As I walked down that aisle, I felt the Lord say, give him a Bazooka Joe bubblegum. And I fought, and I was like, no, but I got to his seat, and I'm like, would you like one? He almost fell out of his seat. He couldn't believe it. How could this guy offer him something and forgive him? From that day on, he wanted me to sit with him. I still see him in the downtown streets of Petrolia, waving, excited to see me like we're long-lost best buddies. Forgiveness is a beautiful thing, but it's hard. I had a friend say to me that unforgiveness is like a piece of glass that you hold so tightly in your hand. And in holding so tightly, that piece of glass hurts you more than them. That person's gone through so many heartaches. They had a husband leave them and left them with kids, little kids, and she is the true picture of forgiveness. And forgiveness is a beautiful thing. And if we can let go of that thing that's paining us, we can truly experience freedom. My girls collect sea glass. This past Easter weekend, we gathered sea glass, and hundreds of pieces of these, and we collect, and some are big, some are small, but this glass is a sharp thing, but it goes over and over in the waves, and it becomes smooth and beautiful. And I think that's how the Lord does a work in our life. The forgiveness and his grace smooths us, and we can become something beautiful. This sea glass can be turned even into jewelry. It's incredible. New life, freedom. Forgiveness allows us to be free. In Matthew 6:15, it says, if we can't forgive men, then our Father in heaven can't forgive us. I'll be honest with you. When that phone call came in and left on our answering machine, when my dad was in a serious accident and they had to cut him out of his vehicle, and someone left a message laughing at my dad getting in an accident, and we knew who it was, it made us mad. It made me mad. I'll be honest, when we're combining beans across the road and someone pulled over and lit my wagons on fire, that made me mad. I can honestly say those two individuals I've forgiven and befriended since. It's hard. Forgiveness is hard, but it's a beautiful thing. And who can't want that freedom of letting go of that glass? Everyone loves freedom. Everyone loves new life. Speaking of new life, how could you not love new life? These little guys. Anyways, this has been Wednesday's Words of Wisdom from the farm. Take care. God bless.